Yo, Gold Mask, how you doing, man? Almost there, almost there. Okay. All right. All right, that should be good. I think we're gonna continue on our bleed build journey, because that shit is just too strong. I'm gonna try different things. Okay. Let's see what we could try. Obviously, we want stuff that can have seppuku, but you know what? I kind of want to try Raptor Talon. I think Raptor Talon makes a lot of sense. You know what? Try a dry leaf too. Why not? Anything else? Pada, actually? You could try the Pada version of this. Try this out. What else is there? Oh, I want to try the double Nagis. That could be fun. Why not? Be interesting. The good old throwback. UFC is so rock, paper, scissors? I don't think so. Yo, Steve, I saw your message the other night. No, I didn't watch the fight, but I watched the replay of it. I didn't actually watch the card. Yeah, I don't think UFC is rock, paper, scissors. It's just that it's very hard to, you know, like there's, like, people always think the next big fighter is the GOAT, right? But the reality is there's really only so many of them. And you had, like, back in the day, it was, Tony Ferguson, right? Who went on an undefeated spree, and everyone thought that Tony Ferguson was the best. And then it was Tyron Woodley, which everyone thought was the best. And then it was uh, Usman, everyone thought was the best. And then it was Volkanovski, and then it was Topuria. You know what I mean? Like, everyone thinks the next guy is the best ever. But there's only, like, there's only a handful of John Jones, GSP and Mighty Mouse. Like, these guys, like, who end their entire career with like spotless records, those are the ones that, are actual, like, all-timers. That's what I think, at least. Yeah, exactly, Chirico. People always say X is the GOAT before it's time. Like as of right now, like for instance, like I know there's always like a bunch of Khabib fan, but Khabib is basically the smart guy in the room that had the run of a Taporia, but just stopped before, you know, his first loss, really. Like Khabib didn't have like a long reign like a John Jones or a GSP or a Mighty Mouse. Islam, on the other hand, could very well be like, you know, uh, like like to me, like from my perspective, Islam is the real deal because Islam has convincingly beaten like some pretty crazy name, and he's been, you know, he's been doing it in a special fashion. Okay, right now I'm a little bit on the fence because we are on a Dex build, right? At the end of the day, we're on Dex. So I'm like, yeah, we're on Dex build. We tried a few things already. Honestly, I'm tempted to try like a one-handed like Naga Kiba and board on Bleed. I feel like that could be like so cool. I feel like that would be like very underrated. Khabib never defended his title. Yeah, exactly. I mean, like people always pick their favorite fighter as the best, you know, like it's always like the only thing you can look at is like in hindsight, like what were the actual results. Okay, you know what? I think I'm gonna give a shot to this one-handed Nagakiba and board thing. I think that's interesting. And you know what? Let's try fucking Swift slash BHB. Why the fuck not? Should be interesting. Okay, I think we already have a few things that make sense for today. I think it's gonna be fun. I like it. Kiba felt underwhelming. Blood infused no matter what you did. Oh, that's interesting. I'll see. I'll see. I'll see if you're onto something. You know, like Lamberge. I'm not really into like one-handed great swords. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I feel like they're not that amazing, but I mean, we're experimenting, right? Why not? Why not? We're just experimenting. Warhawk Talon and board could be interesting as well. Is there another dex weapon that could be interesting? I feel like there's always a lot to choose from. I feel like it's better with Grease when using Strength with Blood Flame. I mean, you're probably right, Matador, honestly. But we're trying it out. We're trying just to see what happens. I'm not gonna go like Wakazashi because I feel like I've played enough Wakazashi in the recent amount of time. Okay, for this one, we're gonna go Blood. This one I'm interested in, like the dry leaf. Let's take a look at the dry leaf damage here for a second. Let's see. 342 is terrible. I will say that. It is terrible, but you have to keep in mind our damage should go up massively. And also, this won't be used. This is gonna be this here. Technically, the bird feet could be a thing. I use bird feet though. I'm not gonna have my poise. Oh, I think we're gonna skip the bird feet. Vaporia probably can't even unlock its phone with Face ID. That's a brutal roast, dude. Never heard that one before. That is brutal. I mean, he did fight like a warrior, at least from the highlight I've watched. Like, you know, like he went down on his shield. I know this was a stoppage, but I mean, he was fighting until he would die, pretty much. Like, the dude fought like an actual warrior. Gotta give it to him. I feel like it's one of those classic cases of he underestimated his opponent and got punished heavily for it. He didn't respect Justin Gaethje's boxing, like, at all. Okay, Naginata, Milady, wait. Blood Milady? Blood Milady. Okay, well, it's because I had two of them. We're gonna try this. I'm so interested in this one. This one's Peeler, this one's S-Stock. You know what, we're not gonna go Nagi yet, though. Try this one. This requires 18 dex, though. Oh, sorry, 18 strength. We don't have that. That's kind of a problem. Dude, I cannot wait to try the stupid back-end blade. With Swift Slash, of course. I mean, the classic, right, guys? Just classic. Okay, we can't use Flamberge, Warhawk Talon, some of these straight swords. At least I want to see the damage before we infuse it. I'm not gonna keep that infusion, it's just to see the damage comparison. Want to see like which one of these weapon does the highest damage with the blood infusion. Oh, it seems like the longsword is bad. Okay, let's see. Okay, 438, 401. 452 with the Noble Slender Sword. Holy shit, that is a lot compared to the others. Holy shit. Noble Straight Sword? Actually the highest damage out of the straight swords, dude. Look at that. It shreds the longsword too. That's rare. Normally, Lordsworn and longsword outdamage it. But 452 pure physical with bleed? That is very interesting. That's very interesting, even. I'm gonna grab the other noble. And we're gonna put these back in the box where they belong. Oh, we forgot to check. Technically... Where is my Ender? You know, I used to love, like, I don't know if you guys remember, but before the Elden Ring DLC, I used to mainly play on the Dex build, and my weapon of predilection for invasions was the Warhawk Talon, the Raptor Talons. I don't know if you guys remember. That was like my main invasion weapon prior to the DLC. 390, what if I put... what about Occult? What's the damage difference between Occult and Blood? Occult... Honestly, the blood loss difference is not the biggest. It's not the biggest. I'm not sure which one is best. We're gonna try both. I'm not sure. I'm not quite sure. This, though, I'm super interested in the dry leaf, however. We're gonna try dry leaf to start with. Alright, let's do this. Gonna try this out. At least the build is, like, ready overall, so... we won't have to, play around with everything. Yeah, Matador. Honestly, though, like, kind of, like, I'm going a little bit against the grain of this build. Because technically, the reason I made this build was really to leverage a bleed infusion plus seppuku. That's the reason why I made this. How many players in there? Oh, there's a full squad. They're probably, like, all of them waiting for me at the top. Oh, no, never mind. There's a red in there. What the hell? Might wait for... No, the red is up top. What the hell? It just showed up on my screen. Red is just fighting up there. Oops. Let's hurry up and get up. We're gonna buff herself as well. Ah, fuck. Which one did I put seppuku on? Okay, let's go with this one. I'm just seppukuing because I want the buff. Come on now. Alright, that's a good kill. He's not going to be able to grab him on the elevator, though. I don't think he understands that. And the host is dead. Well played, teammate. It seems like we bled the guy in 5 hits. You know, if we can kill in 5 hits with the dry leaf, that's not bad. Doesn't Palm Blast give a true combo into R2? Yes. Like, the combo for this weapon is like, you do an R2, you don't combo after the R2. You do the R2 and you have Palm Blast priority. So like, if people try to R1 out of stun and you just keep attacking like this, they're gonna be able to attack you out of stun. So technically, like, the dry leaf invites your opponent to attack you out of stun. So technically the play is you R2 into Palm Blast. That's prio. And then, if you do land the Palm Blast, then the following R2 does combo. So that's like the combo. So basically, you could technically kill someone with R2, the attack out of stun, into Palm Blast into R2. That's big damage, usually. Yo, Steve, thanks for the resub for 40 months, man. Really appreciate that. Oh, bleed Urumi. You know what? That's a good idea. Although, I feel like Urumi, like, benefits mostly from, like, pure damage. Because Urumi, like, you want that charge R2. Like, it is multi-hits, but I feel like Urumi would be better off just, you know, damage focused. It's one of those weapons. Even though it does multi-hit. I mean, it hits 3 times, though. If you could seppuku the Urumi, that might be worth it. Doesn't Palm Blast knock them down for a follow-up? Not if you don't charge it. If you charge it, if you charge the Palm Blast, yes, you're gonna knock them off. But if you don't charge it, you're good. They're not gonna be knocked off. It's a good question, though. I think I'm gonna keep an S stock here, just because I often need to seppuku myself just so that it can trigger my first buff. Because what happens when I seppuku myself is I trigger a blood loss, so all my talisman kick in, and I get like crazy. Yeah, it's about 5 hits. It's about 5 hits, but that makes my weapon kill in 5 though, which is quite interesting. Oh. Ooh, this one got bled in 4. Dude, actually this seems like one of the better way to run Dryleaf so far, from what I'm seeing. Like, this might actually, like, low-key, that might actually be the best Dryleaf I've played with. Like, just straight up. Because, you know, Dryleaf is one of those weapons that hit multiple times easily, but it doesn't do a lot of damage. Even if you try to crank the damage like crazy for Dryleaf, it never gets, like, that high, right? And I want to see, like... Once we get an invasion where we're not in the DLC, I'm gonna look at the AR we get when their buff kick in. Because again, like, you can't boost the damage of Dryleaf all that much to start with, so... I remember, like, before this stream today, the best Dryleaf we had played with was, like, a poison buff version of it. And so this makes sense that this is good, because this plays a little bit similar to what the Blood one did. Alright, let's see here. Okay, this host resisted a little bit more, but I did not do the same sequence as the other guys. Yo, Samurai, how you doing, man? You gonna be playing Duskblood? I don't think so, but you never know. Never say never. I don't want to. I don't want to buy a Switch 2. I don't want to buy the worst console of this generation, but you know, if Duskblood turns out like it's the next coming of sliced bread, I guess I'll have to. I don't think it will, though. Like, I'll have to see the gameplay, like, before, you know, like, as much as I don't like Switch 2 and I don't like the idea that if you want to play Duskblood, you need to Switch 2, like, I really hate that. As much as I keep saying that, I need to see the gameplay, right? If I don't see the gameplay, I can't really tell you for certain what I'm gonna do, because maybe the gameplay looks like the best thing ever, you know? Like, I don't know. Or maybe it doesn't. It's just impossible to say at this point. But if we fund you the Switch 2, again, if you want to fund me a Switch 2, like, I'm not gonna refuse, but it's also, like, I'm not gonna push for, like, some stream funding of a console if I don't think that the game is worth it, you know what I mean? Like, basically, I can't stop anyone from giving me money. Like, you know, like, you can't stop people from doing that, but I'm not... You know, I'm not the type of person who likes to ask for stuff. So, like, you know, like some YouTubers say, please like and subscribe or whatever. And, you know, liking and subscribing costs nothing. I don't like doing that. I don't like asking people. Like, I feel like a beggar. Like, you know, like if people, you know, people can do whatever they want. They don't need me to ask them. Even though, like, it does show result and, you know, there's analytics behind it. I don't like the idea. It's just a me thing. So it's the same deal for like funding something. Like I would not want like a specific like thing where I ask people for money. I don't want that. You know, it's not like there's necessarily something wrong with it. It's just I don't like it. It's a me thing. But, you know, I say that. I always appreciate it very much, you know, when people support the channel. But to me, it means even more, too, because I never asked them for anything. And, you know, out of their own goodwill, they decided to do something. So I didn't have something to do with it necessarily. Like they did, you know, they did it on their own volition. That's how I see it, at least. Again, you know, like, it doesn't mean that the people who don't think like that are wrong. It's just the way I operate, or the way I see things. Some people say that stuff on stream. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with it, but to me, like, it feels like begging, and I don't like that. And again, I feel like there's more worth getting something out of someone when you never really ask for anything. Like, they did it out of their own, like, volition. It's quite different than if you ask them for something and then they give it to you. It's a very different concept. Let's attack out of spawn. Okay, well. Actually, we can't just attack out of spawn, because then our weapon is actually gonna do, like, really badly. Oh wow, we just reached the limit of the range here. Yo! The trees just get destroyed? What the hell? Need to be careful to not knock myself out. Oh, fuck, dude. Okay, after I do an R2, like, the Ash makes sense, but it doesn't at the same time because I get... Yo! Okay, let me focus here. This is dangerous. Let's be careful about this boss too, like... Good thing I blocked. I think we mitigated a lot of the damage from the boss. They put a lot of pressure on me from the get-go. Yo, what's up, Green? Huddled Venus in a jar. Thank you for the resub for 22 months. Thanks for the tier 3, actually. Thanks a lot, man. Might not be able to give you a Switch 2 or Duskblood, but a pizza is a good alternative. No, hey man, I'm not asking any one of you for anything, but I appreciate, you know, any support. So it's always kind of you guys, but I never expect anything of you guys. Like, don't ever think that you feel it. Like, don't ever feel the need to do something for me. I'm just happy that you guys are still around. You know, like Chirko has been here for years. Like, I'm always happy to see him, no matter what. Where are they? Like, I feel like we're close to them, but are they up top here? Are they here? Oh shit. Oh, it's the latent guy. Forgot about him. Is the stream dying? Let me see. Is OBS? No, OBS is fine. Stream got super framey. You see here, have a thing that monitors connection. It's fine. Everything is fine on my end, actually. Oh, no, never mind. OBS is not fine. OBS is tanking right now. Fucking OBS, bro. Why does OBS always cause problem like super randomly? That's the question. Yeah, OBS is still tanking. And you know, like, I'm opening my task manager and like, you know, GPU is at 33%, CPU is at 6%, memory is at 14%. Like, the PC is running fine. It's just OBS like decided to tank. I hate when OBS does that. We need a vibe-coded OBS alternative, guys. Okay, right now it seems to be stabilizing. But you know, if it does it again, I'll probably have to either like restart OBS or do something like that. But yeah, it's 100% OBS. But yeah, guys, tell me if it's lagging. OBS secretly is mining Bitcoin. I mean, my task manager says there's no... my task manager says that there's nothing that's taking a lot of juice, so... But yeah, guys, tell me if shit is lagging again. If it lags again, I'll restart the OBS. It's free though? Oh yeah, I would definitely... You know, you say it's free, but for someone like me, like, if I could choose between a better program that I pay, like, you know, $500, like $1,000 even, like, for the amount of years I've used the program, like, I would have been happy to pay for a better program for 1K that just does not have issues. You know what I mean? Instead of like just free shit that always has problem. It's not that I don't like open source, I actually like it. I just like things that work, you know. Looks normal now? Okay, well, good. Not the same same people as last time. I feel like we invaded here, and I think these were the guys that went on top of the tower. I mean, it definitely looks like it is. It says there's 3 people, so oh, is that a teammate? Why is he hiding there though? Come on, man. Might have to kill him. He just stays there doing nothing. Alright, last chance. Get your ass in there. Gonna be his last chance. After that, I'm just gonna delete him and wait for someone else. I feel like even if we get up there. You guys think he got the memo? Okay, he did get the memo. Oh, we're gonna have to wait now. And he's gone again. Okay, there he is. Actually, I put that bubble, but... Guys. Good game. GG. I wonder if we can get back when the elevator goes down. That's kind of funny. Oh my god. Also, we're gonna delete that guy next time. That is pretty funny. Okay, here we go. Okay, well. I can't actually get down. That's funny. Where is that though? Guys, where is that tower? Since we didn't die there. It's on the way to the dragon. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, thank you. Yeah, this one right here. Yo, Gabri, what the fuck? Yo, Gabri, what the hell, man? My brother G makes sure to use this to buy a Nintendo Switch 2, dude. No fucking way, man. What the hell, bro? Thank you so much. Oh my god. Dude. Man, not gonna lie, like, holy shit. Like, the fact that it's Gabri kind of hit different. I'll be honest. Like, dude, thank you so fucking much, man. Holy shit, man. What the hell? Well, I don't have a choice now, guys. Don't thank him, he's forcing you to play Switch 2? Yeah, you're right. Just use it to buy Sekiro? Yeah, fuck that, in your dreams. Well, now I don't have a choice. Yeah, now you guys, yeah. And you know, like, he specifically said for the Switch 2, so I have to honor that. I guess we're gonna have to suffer with Duskblood. Play Pokemon? Dude, I would actually do a Pokemon stream. Like, I haven't played in fucking forever. But I wouldn't mind, like booting up. Like, I heard, like, the Switch 2 has these old Game Boy Advance game on it. I wouldn't actually mind, like, doing a stream of one of those. I hope they have Emerald. Kind of like that one. Uh-oh. Okay, well, I guess he didn't wait for me to be ready, so we're going in there now. The mob is going to trigger his, yep, his things. Okay, this setup is legit, guys. Like, this is probably the best. I mean, like, guys, this is why you try new things every stream. This, so far, is the best build for dry leaf, unironically. Out of everything I've tried to this point, this is unironically the best dry leaf build. And technically, unlike the others, you don't actually need to seppuku. Like, we seppuku because it's more convenient to proc bleed at the start, but technically you could just, like, start fighting and then use whatever bleed proc you do against players as your first bleed proc. Maybe if Duskblood fails, you'll become a melee tryhard instead. That's crazy, though. What's my favorite Gen 3? I think I like Agron a lot. I remember the names, like, even if I haven't played, you know, in a long time, I still remember the names. I think Agron. I mean, I like all the starters though. Like, I like Blaziken, I like Swampert. Like, the starters are so good in the third generation. I really like them. Gardevoir? No, dude. Why is it so funny? I have no idea. That shit makes me laugh so hard for some reason. You guys are actual degenerates. Oh my god, bro. Need to not get hit by anything here. Oh, I forgot my physic. No wonder this is Precarious. Okay, if he decided to commit into me, I would have... Yeah, I would have just done that. There you go. I just started, you guys. Everyone is throwing Pokemons out there. That's so funny. Which other third gens are kind of nice? Let's see here. I mean, I prefer the first generation personally, but like third gen is probably my second favorite generation. As far as like best ones, like dude, Skarmory is so fucking strong. Like in the games, I mean, like it's just such a tank. I'm a steel type, enjoy it. Yeah, Metagross, you know, Skarmory, Aggron. Yeah, I'd say steel type is probably like my favorite in third gen. Milotic better than everything. Yeah, I think you're right, Sonder. Yeah, water type is just overpowered. Yeah, you're actually totally right. Milotic is the best. You're correct there. What's crazy, I still remember which ones are the good ones. That's the crazy part about it. Play-Doh is cool. There's a lot of cool ones in the third gen. Oh god damn it, didn't want to do that. I'm supposed to do this, and then bleed myself. Okay, let's get in there. Good fight. Might get bled here. Okay, now we're running. Alright. I thought we were about to fight. I guess I had the wrong impression. Good strat there, buddy. Like, just go and aggro a mob on top of that. That makes total sense. Tyranitar, yeah, Tyranitar was pretty busted too, like. But some of my favorite ones, like overall, it's like I really like Gengar, Machamp, you know, like some of the first gen ones. You know, people will hate me, Charizard. It's so funny. Oh, we forgot one though, like the second gen, what's his name again? Umbreon, there you go. That one was busted too, like, holy shit, that one was so broken. That one's pretty strong too. Yo, Gabri, how you doing, bro? Nice to see you, man. I haven't seen you here in forever. Alright, guys. Viable dry leaf, here we go. Okay, well, I mean, if he doesn't attack back, that's one thing. Nice to see you, dude. You're a huge Nintendo fan? I didn't know that. Zelda and Xenoblade. Oh yeah, I remember you talking about Xenoblade though. I remember you Kingdom Heart and Xenoblade. I know you liked Kingdom Heart as well. But yeah, now I'm not gonna have a choice but to try Duskblood. My girl will love the Switch 2 as well. That's actually a good point. I'll probably, you know, before Duskblood comes out, I'll probably, like, you know, get Zelda for her. I know she really likes that franchise. And low-key too, even though this was a donation, I'll be able to put that into the business expenses, so not too bad. Alright, let's try kill the mage first. Hey! Alright, now this one. Okay, this setup is legit, guys. Because, like, see my AR here? My AR is at 533. So, my AR being at 533 means that, like, every time I bleed someone, my AR kicks back to, like, 500. That's a big deal. Like, that matters a lot. That's why it does, like, such good damage. Even though, like, you look at the damage here unbuffed, you're at 342, which is kind of mediocre, really. Like, you're at 342 with your base damage, but you're never actually at 342 AR, because every time you bleed proc someone, your damage kicks back to, like, 542 or something like that. And so every time your damage kicks back to 500, your dry leaf does, like, you know, optimal damage, or even a little bit more than you would have, like, on a dex build. Because this is pure physical, this is not split. That's a big deal. If the Switch isn't an issue, what's concerning about Duskblood? That's a good question. I think it has nothing to do with anything but the Switch 2. I think what concern, like, even, like, you know, like, even if you sponsored the Switch 2, I'm still worried that Duskblood could be 30 FPS. Yeah, like Chirico said. That's what worries me. Because, like, even, you know, even if spending money for the Switch 2 isn't a thing now, thanks to you, I'm still worried that the game might be 30 FPS. And unironically, even though I'm not the biggest fan of Elden Ring PvP, and, you know, like, From Software hasn't really shown that much progress from the PvP side of things, for some reason, I'm not actually worried about how the PvP is going to turn out in Duskblood. For some reason, like, I'm not actually worried that they're going to make the PvP fun or not. I guess that might be naive of me, and that could be the part that breaks the camel back, but we'll see. I mean, we have to see gameplay. Like, until we see gameplay, it's just too hard to say anything about Duskblood. Like, we have to see gameplay, and after that, we'll see. Is this better than Starfist or not? Honestly, that's a good question, because on one hand, I feel like a lot of good players have a lot of experience with Starfist. Like, everyone has played Starfist to death, and everyone knows the ins and out of it. And Starfist has that massive R2 thing. I would say that the real issue with Dryleaf is that you can actually tank half of the R2, right? Like, you can stack poise and tank half of it. The moment you have enough poise to tank half of it, Starfist become better. But if you don't have the poise to tank half the R2, I think Dryleaf might actually be a little better. But it's you know, it's just a poise check. That's what it comes down to. That's just me though. And again, like, I feel like people have played Starfist to death. Like, people know it in and out. Whereas Dryleaf is a little more on the not obscure side. I mean, everyone knows about Dryleaf, but no one really like dedicated themselves like pure focused Dryleaf build and played it for like a year, you know? I haven't seen anyone do that. Like, if you notice, Jump is a cool addition to Elden Ring, but it's also a bad addition too in some aspects. I mean, dude, here we go, guys. You know, like, you get Gabri and me talking about Souls game. It's over, guys. Like, the discussions just never stop. When it starts, it starts. Yeah, I mean, I was talking about how I felt like, you know, like, we can criticize Elden Ring all day long. Like, I feel like we've beaten on that drum for so long. You know, the biggest issues, like, to recap real quick, being the lower player limit that fucks up fight clubs, that fucks up invasions. Like, the whole, like, premise of the game, like, falls apart, like, right from the get-go because of the player limit. You know, but, you know, problems aside, what Elden Ring did best, obviously, is some of these addition to combat. And for the longest, we've been saying the crouch attack adds so much depth to combat and so many more options. The fact that you have more ways to approach combat, like you have running R2s, not just running attacks anymore, like, it added another layer of depth to combat. And we always said that jumping was also part of that, but in the recent year I've fallen in the same opinion as Gabri just said there. Like, once you get comfortable with the game, like, you start to realize that yes, the jumping is good, but it was not implemented quite right. Like, it all comes down to the fact that there's a lot of 50-50 type aspect to it, where it's not really about skills or even read for that matter. It's just a matter of, like, poker. Like, if you always jump out of attacks and then you stop doing it, or vice versa, like, you can sort of fuck someone up with just terrible plays by reversing aggression, like, sort of freely. Like, it comes down to the whole, like, attacking out of its stun and jumping out of its stun and that type of deal. It's just not healthy overall for the game. It's usually what it comes down to. Wow, he went back home. Didn't even get to fight him. And now we have to find the host. I feel like the host's probably up there. Insane. Alright, well. And also, like another thing about jump attacks, it's like, you know, neutral jump attacks with the crazy forward momentum, it's kind of like, on some weapons it's kind of brain dead. Like, I think it was Donut, like, a little while ago, who said that, like, neutral jump attack with lances were kind of free and brain dead. I think he's perfectly right. Like, it's a mix of, like, the eye-armor problem, the iframes you get from jumping, at least on the lower half of your body, but it doesn't matter because a lot of weapons can't actually attack into that. And same thing for Milady, you know, like HTSs. Like, a lot of weapons in this game, you kind of skip the skillful portion of it with neutral jumps that have crazy forward momentum and that are very safe. What percentage of Souls players own a Switch 2? That's a good question. I feel like the Souls community wouldn't be the type of audience that has a Switch console. I think I agree with you. Like, like, right now I'm excited because Gabri just literally sponsored me a Switch 2, like, just now today, so I'm excited for that. But I feel like it's a shame that they're I don't think it's a good move necessarily. Actually, it's not a good move for us for this game to be exclusive. Like, it doesn't make sense because, like, you look at it this way, right? Like, what is PvP? PvP is a niche within the Souls genre, but there's enough of us for the niche to be worth investing into. But the Switch portion of the community is also a niche. So when it comes to Duskblood, you have a niche within a niche. That's why I think it's not a great move, because having a game that's a niche within a niche, it heavily cuts down on your potential player base. So I think that's an error on their part. Bleed. Boom. Alright. You could have taken the riposte, actually. I thought he would bleed one hit quicker, to be exact, though. They had no choice, probably. Okay, so the other part that I wanted to talk about was the whole, from the Nintendo point of view and from Software's point of view. So check this out. From a Nintendo perspective, this is actually brilliant from Nintendo. I know people don't want to hear this, but from Nintendo's perspective, it's actually brilliant to do that, because look at the amount of people who are getting a Switch 2 from this. Look at all of us. Like, we're basically like die-hard From Software consumers. And no matter what From Software puts out, we get what From Software puts out. And so they're gonna sell so many Switch 2s from people that would have never gotten one in the first place. It's a Bloodborne 2.0 situation? Yeah, exactly. So from Nintendo's point of view, this makes perfect sense. And even from a From Software point of view, like, I'm sure that the cost for the development of the game is probably already front-loaded, meaning that Nintendo probably already made FromSoft recoup the cost of the development. So from Software's perspective, it's like a free ticket. You know, like, it doesn't matter what they do, they can try something new and they get a free ticket, because it doesn't matter if it sells well or not. They already recouped the cost in the first place. So you see what I mean? So from a business perspective, it makes sense from Nintendo, and it makes sense from FromSoft. It's just that from a consumer perspective, what would have made more sense for Duskblood actually would have been that it should have been like mostly single player focused, technically, if it was going to be exclusive. And you know, if it was multi-platform, then the PvP side of things would have made sense as well. But both together is the part that doesn't sit well with most of us, at least. Alright, you know, sleep grenades, can't go wrong with that. You know what? Let's just like that. Bro. Okay, let's just start attacking. Yo, this guy had the build too, like, we could have deleted each other. You know what? I'm gonna leave this host AFK here. Oh, you know, no. Wait a sec. You guys know the drill. We're gonna get this guy to a point where when he grabs his controller back, he's gonna have no idea what the fuck happened to him. Yeah, it's the ritual, exactly. It's a little tricky in these stairs, like the kick doesn't work half the time. I already have a spot in mind, guys. Oops. I want to corner him. No! PvE might kill him, though. What do we do? See, like, I don't want the PvE to kill him. Fuck, he's gonna see him. We have to hide him. Okay, he's safe now. What do we do here? Man, it's gonna be impossible to get him across. I wonder if we could, like, get him on the edge here and, like, get him to sneak behind the PvE. I think we're gonna need every bit of time that we can. So what we're going to do is we're going to wait for the PvE to go back here. And then as soon as the PvE turns back, we're going to try to push the host right over there. And we're going to try to hide him. Like, let's get back in position. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. That's what I didn't want. Okay, good. Okay, we can't... Okay, let's go. Oh, it's gonna be tight. Holy shit. Ah, fuck. Oh my god, that's bad. These things get destroyed. We're not gonna have a choice. Oh, fuck. No! Ah, these things were destructible. So unfortunate. We failed. I wanted to sneak him on the other side so badly too, like, It takes so long to carry him too. It was starting to get tense when the mobs saw him. And like one of the kick that we did, like it made the mob attack like miss. I was like, dude, if I keep pushing him, like do we have a chance of the host dodging the attack somehow? Oh, this fucking place though. Okay, at least we have some mobs. Have some mobs, but it's this way. They're up there. If I palm blast him, if it could have covered more distance, I mean, it would have hurt him though. Yo, Castle, thanks for the resub for 61 months, man. Castle, Gabri's here, dude. You like getting tree tap at 60 vigor in the DLC? Yeah, me too, honestly. I don't mind that. I like hard PvE, especially like endgame PvE. I think endgame PvE should be very hard. So like you said, I don't mind getting tree tapped in the DLC. You know, it can be frustrating sometimes, but, you know. You'd hope you get somewhat a little frustrated here and there. That's just normal. Castle, Gabri literally just bought me a Switch 2 for Duskblood. Isn't that crazy? I'm gonna need a code now for the beta test, though. I have to look up how to get one. Probably need to hurry up and get the Switch as well. You know, before the price goes up even further. You guys know how it works, right? In Canada, what stores do you use? I don't actually know which store you buy this from necessarily, actually. This attack that the host did actually travels very far. Alright. Uh-oh. Ooh. Bleed? No. That's comboing. Yeah, I had to panic roll that because when you don't see both of them, chances are they're attacking you. I wonder if my Palm Blast could stun it out of that. Okay, right now we have a problem though, like our buff ran out because we can't put enough sustained pressure here. And even though this is probably the best dry leaf build, I mean, a dry leaf is still not a great option in general. In a 2v1 situation. It's just not. Okay. That could have been bad. I'm scared now. I love how the Phantom is trying a bunch of different things. I mean, we're doing well so far. It's not like we're not, but... Need to bleed the host. I think we're just gonna back up, buff ourselves. Oh no. That's so unlucky. That's my fault there. It's just... in situations like that, I'm gonna be honest, like, Dryleaf is just not... I mean, it's not a good invasion weapon to start with, but this was not the weapon for the situation. I think this would have been, like, 100 times easier if we just pulled out the peeler, right? Like, peeler, it's like you do like one running attack, you bleed them, and that's it. Because we could, like, the problem with that is we could not put sustained bleed on them. Like, we couldn't bleed them every 20 seconds. We just didn't have enough room because they were hugging each other. So it's not great in that sense. I guess we also did seppuku from too close. Like, we were still too close to them when we seppuku buffed. You're forgetting chicken feet? No, I'm not. I don't have enough boys. I have chicken feet. Can we get a good spawn, please? Like, you know, technically, if you wanted to maximize what we're doing here, like, there's a ton of talismans that can help. Like, we can try maximizing the damage, you know, like, we're gonna have, like, we can try it now, like, you know, like, you switch this to running attack. Like, you're gonna see our damage is gonna be even higher right now, but I mean, we are squishy now. This is what peak performance looks like, guys. You know what? It's probably going to be easier to... I think we're going to die if we're not careful. Because now we're even squishier and both of them are bleeders. This one's a light roller, that's a problem. I feel like this one's easier to target. Oh wow, that clipped me. It's nuts. I think we're gonna go for some PvE here. Okay, let's buff ourselves. Again, it feels like similar scenario as last time, like, you know, the build just is not well suited for fighting multiple people. And also, these areas to fight are terrible. You have no cover. Let's just, you know, actually, fuck it. Let's try this again. We should be focusing on this guy. God damn it. Okay, worth it. Very hard to finish him, even though these guys, you know, are not really amazing. Like, it's actually quite challenging to just finish them off. Okay. Let's try raptors. Gonna change things a little bit. For raptors, what do I want? I think running attack tally. Yeah, let's go with that. Oh, I'm one-handed, god damn it. The bleed proc is very slow here. But it does good damage. Sorry, AR. We didn't see it, but it was around 900 though. Some very strong AR. Now we gotta see Tarnished Edition switch to. I mean, no. I'm not gonna start like spending a ton of money on this. What's the Dex Bleed tier list so far? I'll be honest, fucking S-Stock, I mean, no surprise, S-Stock, low-key S-Stock is actually insane on this. S-Stock is probably number one, because you have, like... Dude, okay, guys, understand this. Actually, you know what? Let's just use S-Stock right now, okay? We're just gonna use S-Stock, and I'm gonna make a point about this. So, unironically, this stat spread with S-Stock... well, okay, let me restart. A hero starting class would save me a ton of points for this. It's more optimal to do this hero. And technically, you have like a very similar stat spread with this, with like the strength variant. So like right now we have 55 dex, 45 arcane. But you could have 54 strength and 45 arcane, and then your clean rot would do like similar damage to the S-Stock. Like, they actually do very, very similar damage. So, S-Stock on the Dex Arcane variant and Clean Rot on the Strength Arcane variant. With that being said, I think this is actually, like, not even joking, this is actually the strongest Trusting Sword build in the game. And I know people are still not gonna believe me and think it's strength, but hear me out. Like, your bleed build-up on this is actually very high. And your AR at 451 is also very high, but watch what my AR does. Watch my AR when I actually trigger the bleed. And you have to keep in mind, like, once I have seppuku on this weapon, I bleed in 3 hits. Let's just show this. I'm gonna try to find someone, and then I'm gonna keep explaining it a little further. Okay, so we see them, right? Let's just buff up. So we do this, this, then trigger our buff. And let's take a look at our AR. 900 damage trusting sword, guys. Isn't that crazy? Oh my god. He almost got scammed by these gankers. As I was explaining things. It's unlucky. Now our buff ran out though, because we're getting ganked. Like no matter which weapon you're using here, like this is pretty rough. Ender. Look at this. Isn't that crazy? We have to focus on the mage. We have to leave the phantom. But, like, even then, like, you know, we almost died there, but that had nothing to do with the weapon. Like, you know, I'd probably lose this invasion with any other weapon. But, I mean, you guys get the point. Like, you see how crazy the damage is with this? Like, we get a 900 damage trusting sword for 20 seconds every time we bleed, right? So every time we bleed proc someone, our AR goes to 900. We might be at 451. But you're never gonna get a trusting sword that goes to 900 AR. Like under normal circumstances. And it's easy to bleed proc them. Like they get bleed proc in 3 hits. So the moment, like if you have seppuku active, this is extremely deadly. And even without seppuku, well, maybe you bleed them in like 4 or 5 hits instead. To get your AR higher, so it's gonna take a little while to get that ball rolling, but it's still a contender for best trusting sword even without seppuku. Milady seppuku is still insane on this build. Yeah, Milady seppuku is like the strongest Milady in the game. Trusting sword strongest in the game on this build. Peeler better than the Fate Black Steel Twin Blade. Like, this build is actually, like, super legit. Like, ridiculously legit. He's gonna fog wall me, but we're gonna try to fight my god! Denied, bro. The Reddit trolls got destroyed, bro. Holy fuck. Dude, this was so satisfying. The Reddit troll just got absolutely destroyed, bro. Okay, this was the most satisfying kill I've had in such a long time. That's so funny, man. I cannot believe he... Dude. So... Okay, so... Just so you guys understand, the guy could have just fog-walled me from the get-go. But he he wanted to BM, like, he wanted to be like that. Oh, you know, like, haha, you invader, like, I can just, like, fog-wall you anytime you get close to me. And, dude... His plan backfired. The moment we threw the sleep bots, he just panicked and he got slept and then he could not fog wall. Dude, that shit was so funny, man. I cannot believe this. That's crazy. I don't understand why these guys that are first-time chatters are telling me to go play Dark Souls 3. Like, how are you a first-time chatter? You know, like 8 years after Dark Souls 3, like when I played Dark Souls 3 for years, like people just be making alt accounts. Probably because they're banned on their main accounts. I mean, of course it's alts, like... Probably an alt desperate for his Dark Souls 3 clip. Yeah, that's my read of the situation. Okay, this should be interesting. Guys, honestly, dude, this whole, like, S-Stock experiment is nasty. Oh, no! I'm not looking at camera! Oh, my God! Okay, well, that's my fault. Dude, I turned a second to look at chat, and then the Elden Ring camera just fucked me. Oh, that's so unfortunate. This could have been a good invasion. There was 3 of them. Dude, I mean, I'm sure you guys know what I mean, right? Like, sometimes, like, you get near wall, and this game is just so stupid. Like, the camera, like, just turns automatically. Like against certain walls. Doesn't do it there, but it does it against certain objects. And the automatic turning of the camera like changes the direction your character is going. And so like I just turned around to read chat for a second and it turned the character automatically when I did that. So I mean it's a mix of like unfortunate, but I mean it's my fault for being distracted as well, but it just goes to show like the jank of the game though. Yeah, even when you turn off auto cam recovery, it still does it. Yep. No, it's not a setting, Green. Like it's like it does it no matter if you turn it off or not. But yeah, it is super annoying, that auto recovery thing. Like what the setting does is it basically like when you run in this game, like the camera will slowly like pan back to its initial position of the direction you're going. Like let's see, like right now, like I'm looking this way. If I start running this way, you see how the camera slowly pans back to looking straight where I'm going. But even if I look behind me again, look at how the camera is turning. Like I'm not actually moving the character. Like the camera is just turning the character on its own right now. I'm not turning. Like my movement is straight. So like if you like run backward like that, your movement is eventually gonna turn to a side. because the camera turns automatically. But that doesn't have anything to do with the camera recovery. So like when like you go near a wall like that, see there, like the camera like automatically, whoop, it just turns around like that and it fucks you up. Yeah, that you cannot change that, unfortunately. All right, let's try this out. Busted TS. Look at my damage. We bled him in 2 hits. And look at our AR. 844 on this one because our Exalted Flesh were out. 844 AR on a Trusting Sword that just bled him in 2 hits. Guys, if that's not the strongest Trusting Sword, what is? Like, seriously, this is crazy. Like, this might actually be, like, the strongest setup in the game, like, period. Not necessarily this exact build, because, again, I'm on a Vagabond right now. I'm on the Vagabond. You should be doing this on a hero class. And also, you could technically argue that the stat spread for Strength, you know, Strength Arcane with Clean Rot, it's actually very close AR-wise. Like this one, like I checked on the wiki, or the Source Planner, I mean. You know, the stat spread is like, for the same amount of points, like you're, like you have like a 5 AR difference between the S-Stock and the Clean Rot. Like about 5 AR difference between Clean Rot and S-Stock. But like green, like for instance, look at my AR with Clean Rot here. You see 413 versus 451. So S-Stock is unironically optimal for the Dex Arcane stat spread. But if you're on Strength Arcane stat spread, obviously Clean Rot is better there. But the like you still get around 450 something AR with the Strength variant. So like the AR difference is actually very minuscule between optimal S-Stock and optimal Clean Rot. Like it's barely any difference. So it comes down to whether you think that the range of the Clean Rot is better, or that you think that the R2 of the S-Stock is better, right? Because like obviously with the S-Stock, like you have this like R2, can't actually do it. Okay, brain fart. There you go. Like, you know, like if someone like rolls into you, like you do like R2 into like this follow-up, and that's very, very strong, like against like a lot of stuff. So S-Stock unironically could be better than Clean Rot in some instances because of that R2. And it doesn't suffer from an AR deficit on this stat spread, unironically. So the only thing it's like basically this build would be better than the Clean Rot version if S-Stock was just as long as Clean Rot. So it mostly comes down to range difference. And again, guys, I'm not using a hero starting class. This would be better on hero, obviously, because this is an arcane build. So I'm losing a lot of points just because I'm starting with Vagabond. But like, if you were to start with hero, you know, you could put like, because it depends. Like, you know, like here we have like Millicent Prosthesis to raise our dex a little higher, so we can salvage a few points there, you know. Technically, if you were to make this build like super tryhard, you don't need the multi-hit. Like you technically would only need Lords of Blood. Like you want Lords of Blood. It's important for the build because it keeps your damage high constantly. So Lords of Blood's important. Two-handed tally, obviously. And then you could, if you wanted to, like have, if you could fit it on your stat spread, ideally you'd want like, what's it called? You know, maybe Favor and Crimson Ember here, and then you swap them out for whatever. as you can see, like, this build is quite nasty. Because, again, if you guys didn't know, when you seppuku your weapon, you do not need to keep seppuku as your Ash of War. After your weapon has been seppuku buffed, you can switch it out with the same variant with another Ash of War. And you keep the seppuku buff active, even if you don't see it. On the opponent's screen, though, they're still gonna see it. So, let's just show it right now. So, it's important also to use the Sacred Bloody Flesh into another consumable that nullifies it. And then like that. See that? That's pretty crazy. Look at this shit, guys. Isn't that insane? We just deleted gankers, guys. Isn't that crazy? Like, if that's not the strongest build in the game at this level, I don't know what is. Did you guys see that? That's crazy. And again, like, in a dueling scenario, I would argue that the S-Stock R2 is better because of that follow-up. Like, if someone, like, rolls into you, you know, oops, can't do it now. Okay, there you go. Because of that fast one, right? Like, if someone rolls into you, you have that. So that's better for that. And then in an invasion scenario, it's also better, as you saw there, because you have that swipe that hits multiple people at once. Because in an invasion, you want to hit multiple opponents. Anything that wins the Ice Cave Ganker is insane. I agree. But, you know, like, sometimes you're like, oh, but, you know, like, the guy had no armor. That's true. But normally, when someone has no armor, you bleed them in 3. This bled him in 2 hits. Like, on the guy that had no armor, he was getting bled in 2. Like, you know, this is so crazy. Like, people that actually have, like, really good setups, they're still gonna get bled in, like, 4, even on a really good setup. Now, you might get bled in less than that if you actually try to hard counter this as much as possible, aka, you know, like, you have the Spiral Horn, you have the Stalwart Talisman to resist bleed, and maybe you put the consumable up top. Like, you just stack every status resist possible. Then, obviously, this is going to nerf this build heavily. Because the idea for this build is that you don't suffer AR-wise. Like, your AR is actually not what it shows here. Oh, well, we're in the DLC, we can't show it. But our normal AR is like 450, right? But our AR is not 450 in real gaming situation. Because the moment we proc bleed, our AR like jumps up like crazy because of all our talisman buff. And so the moment our AR jumps up, then we can start like look at that, like, you know, like a 480 damage. So you see, like, my AR, like, once I buff with the seppuku, I bleed myself. So my AR kicks in, like, super high. And once that starts, you just keep bleeding them over and over and over again. So your AR just stays high forever. Your AR just stays high. The only thing that matters there is if your seppuku buff runs out, which obviously it eventually will, then your bleed buildup is gonna be significantly lower. But if I'm being totally honest, like, this build does so much damage that there's a very good chance you might just kill them without ever needing to rebuff. And you have sleep pots. Yeah, and your sleep pots are... Whoa! PvE, don't do this to me. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. I Let's just heal, fuck it. Okay, let's... Did I physic? Yeah, I did. Come on, we got Goomba stunk. Okay, that's it for you. Stop it, PvE. We almost got unlucky there. We're facing some very nasty invasions. Even then, like, I have no, I don't... Actually, I don't see my seppuku buff. Maybe it was still active. I don't know. I think it wore off, but we still bled him in 3 regardless. The damage you can do if you stun someone into a sleep cloud is insane. Yeah, that's a very good point. Like, you could even bait someone and throw a sleep pot at your feet, and because you have 45 arcane, your sleep pot is gonna kick in real fast. And so even if someone, let's say someone's trying to hard counter you, they stack that bleed resist up the anus, you know, they're not gonna have sleep resist, right? So your sleep pots is pretty much guaranteed to sleep them if they stay in it. So you could technically like sleep pot at your feet, and if they take the bait and get slept, like, you're gonna have like what, 3 guaranteed hits with your trusting sword on them? That's gonna do massive damage and likely bleed proc them too if you hit them prior to that. And it's gonna put them on the defensive on top of that. If you proc, it may stop the animation chain. Yeah, but you're not gonna stop them, or you're not gonna bleed proc them in like 2 hits. Like, we did it to some of these PvEers because they had like no armor or low armor. But against someone with normal armor, you're gonna bleed them in like 3 or 4. Actually, so far we've bled most people in 3 hits regardless of armor, but like the Lionel guy that we just fought, I think this one was getting bled in 4, which is pretty damn good because Lionel is super like optimal against this setup technically. You know, it's trusting sword resist or pierce resist and bleed resist too. What's the significance of the meat into bloody flesh, or bloody flesh into the meat? That's a good question. It's important to do that at the start of the fight because it's a bugged interaction. So the sacred bloody flesh, what it does is, like, you know, it gives you like some arcane and give you like a boost to your bleed damage every time that it's active. But there's a bug with this where if you eat your sacred bloody flesh and you cancel it, because, you know, it takes the same slot, you cancel it with either a bold crab or an exalted flesh, now you remove the effect of the sacred bloody flesh. But if you bleed yourself afterward in a certain amount of time, now there's a bug interaction where every time that you get a bleed proc, you'll get a 20-second bonus extra from the sacred bloody flesh that you ate. But that lasts forever. So basically here I could just wait, like, let's say I could wait right now, let's say I could wait right now 5 minutes. Could wait 5 minutes here, all my buff will have wore out. Okay? And so let's just say we waited 5 minutes here. So see, like right now our bleed buff wore off on our little top left of the screen. So right now we have no like bleed damage boost. Actually, we still have one. We're at 41. We're gonna wait a little bit more, just to make sure everything wears out. We're gonna wait like a full minute. And you're gonna see then. Let's just wait a full minute. Okay, we waited a full minute. Our AR is back to normal. Now, if we bleed again, even though we have not eaten anything, our AR is still gonna rise back higher from the Sacred Bloody Flesh. It's like a bug. Like, see, our AR is back to 900 here. So it's basically like eating and canceling the Sacred Bloody Flesh is the equivalent of having a second Lords of Blood Exaltation Talisman that you keep on you at all times. The buff itself doesn't last forever. It lasts 20 seconds, but the potential of the buff activating lasts forever. So that's the bugged interaction. I hope I made it clear. But that's basically what happens here. So basically, you only need to use one Sacred Bloody Flesh per invasion. You don't need to use more than that. Great Katana do pretty well on this. Drunk did a build a while ago. Yeah, it seems a lot of people have been saying Great Cat, but guys, at the end of the day, it still comes down to which one is the better weapon. Trusting Sword is a better weapon than Great Katana. Light Great Swords are better weapons than Great Katanas. You know, like, this build and setup is just better on weapons that are better, that have better moveset. So at the end of the day, like, even if you have a ton of really good setups that you can use with this, at the end of the day, the better weapons are going to be the weapons that usually perform better, the weapons that have better moveset. And also, in the case of the fucking peeler, like, that shit just deleted. Like, when we tried the peeler, it was literally, like, you kill someone in one running R2 into, like, sword dance, and everyone dies. Everyone gets bleed procced in, like, one running R2, and it does, like, 1700. So you're looking at a weapon that just has such insane damage output that it dwarfs every other version of the setup that you could think of. Because, you know, before then, we tried a bunch of twin blade builds. I mean, you guys know, like, I invaded with twin blades plenty of times because I think they're a very good weapon. We tried every possible variant you can think of. But at the end of the day, this particular variant with either a Strength Arcane or a Dex Arcane is the strongest one at this level bracket. It's because you get the bleed proc so fast and your damage output is just so high. There's nothing that compares to it. Thought the host would be here. It says over there. Could be like over here. No. Oh, there he is. Says there's two of them. Okay, our buff wore out, I think. Oh, he's lagging. Look at this. The damage just never stopped. And I played Brain Dead there. I just attacked into his setup. I didn't even try to outplay him. I just attacked into him. My damage is just so high that it doesn't matter. And guys, you know, this is my secret. Don't tell anyone. You could actually push this build even further into, like, unholy territory by doing a fat roll version of this. A fat roll, like, what I would do there is, you know, as soon as you get your seppuku buff, you switch out to BHS, so you always have BHS at all times. And instead of having Greatjar Arsenal, you have the verdigris version of it. And so you optimize your stats around fat rolling, and you have more defense, and you have more stats to put into offense. Let's actually do it, guys. We have to do it. Come on now. We have to do it. Let's actually do that. Okay, so check this out. If we put Verdigris Discus, now we're fat rolling. So, you know, not great and everything, but with BHS, you don't really care. So what you could do then is you could go respec. You could go respec, optimize for fat rolling, get more points out of your allocation. Problem is I don't actually know. Like this would actually, you know what? I think I'm just gonna open up. I'm just gonna open up a new window and like open up a Souls Planner. Elden Ring, because I'm not gonna know like what I need exactly weight wise. Like normally, like what I do to set my endurance is I'll just like level endurance until I'm 150 and then put the rest of the points elsewhere. But now I would have to respec like 20 times to reach that. So obviously we're not gonna do that. So let me just get this into the Souls Planner. So our talismans are two-handed tally. We definitely want Millicent. Oops. Millicent Prosthesis, Lords of Blood's Exaltation, Verdigris Discus. For the head, Vare. Wait, it's not called Vare. Oh, it's called the White Mask. White Mask, chest, Verdigris. Technically for the legs, you could change them. I'm not sure the legs are optimal. For the gloves, Lionel. Okay. And then let's go S-Stock. I have a poison hand. You don't really need to. That poison hand doesn't really serve much of a purpose, all things considered. Okay, so right now, let's see. I'm overloaded at 11. Let's see what I need endurance-wise. Okay, so check this out. At 21 endurance, I'm on heavy load. Although I think I would want to have my talisman so that I can red and blue feather. So let's actually do that real quick. So if I change this to red feather, oops. Red feather and Millicent Prosthesis to blue feather. Okay, it still works because Millicent is heavy. So, okay, so I can basically get away with this at 21 endurance. So 21 endurance means that right now I have 32 endurance, guys. We can get away with 21. Do you guys know how much points we gain out of doing this? This is crazy. I don't even know where I'm going to put these points. Let me just here recraft real quick the amount that we get from investing in Dex versus Arcane. That's crazy, dude. There's no way. Okay, so the S-Stock damage here goes from... almost there, guys. Okay, so my S-Stock damage is at 451. If... Actually... Okay, Millicent Prosthesis. Okay, so if I put 5 points in Dex, I get to 460. If I put 5 points in Arcane, I get to 556. So keep leveling Dex seems to be the play. Yeah, you just keep leveling Dex basically. Okay, so you just dump the points in Dex. That's the play here. Okay, so check this out. This is what we're gonna do. We respec. Although, dude, I wonder how much quicker we would bleed, though. We would bleed them. I feel like it. I'm tempted to put the points in Arcane, though. Because we would bleed them even quicker. Guys, what is the soft cap for a fast status proc on Arcane? Is it 60? So we get 21 here, and the rest is 3 points. It's only 45, but man, I want to see like what we get more out of that afterward. You wouldn't go any more Arcane? Status scaling falls off after 45. Okay, then fuck it. Bro, no way. Okay, I forgot 45 here. I was about to say, that's way too many points. Okay, so we keep at 45, and we can get to 61. Bro. That's crazy. We get from... The B scaling drops off too. Okay, let me just double check the... Let me just double check here. Make sure I'm doing everything right. Man, oh man, this is so much. Dude, our AR gets super high. Okay, we're gonna try this, guys. Okay, so we're gonna check out the AR. I think we're gonna reach 1,000. I think. I wouldn't be surprised. This might be 1,000 AR trusting sword, guys. Okay, so check this out. We do this. Do this. And we seppuku. Okay, 919 is not a big difference, actually. That's not a big difference. It might not be worth it, guys. I mean, you do get, like, you know, increased defense from this, so it's not bad. Oh, actually, never mind. Dude, I did not have the proper tallies. We have to do it again. Okay, let me just restart this. Endurance stacking is better. Yeah, I think endurance stacking is probably better because you can get, like, if you could, like, just remove the verdigris discus and then, like, have, like, permanent, favor instead of the great jar, I think that would be better. I think you're right, Zenos. I think endurance stacking is actually better here. I mean, we're gonna give it a shot, right? Like, we're here. Gonna give it a shot, but I think you're right. I think this build, it would be better off with just endurance stacking. Or actually, the non-fat roll version, I would probably be a little better, maybe. I don't know. And we have to try it. Because the AR difference doesn't seem to be that insane. But, you know, like, since we are rocking verdigris tally is like free defense. It literally is free defense at the cost of relying on BHS. Your thoughts on the White House fight? I did not see it live. I watched some of the replays though on YouTube. Like, you know, like some of the wacky, like, full fight replays. But, pretty big upsets, honestly. Like, good thing I'm not a betting man. I'm sure there's a lot of betting, sports bettors that lost a ton of money that night. I'm sure of that. That's why you don't gamble, guys. Because you see these, like, once-in-a-lifetime type upset. Shit like that can be very, devastating. Alright, buddy. Let's do this. Yo, we bleed him in 2 hits and we do 600. This is crazy. Guys, this is insane, bro. Like, this build is just so broken. This is just so broken, man. There's no fucking way, dude. Like, I know the guy didn't have, like, optimal armor or anything, but bleeding in 2 hits? Like, bleeding in 2 hits? Are you serious? With a trusting sword? Like, not a fucking ultra, right? Like, I'm sure you guys know, like, oh, you know, like, it's so good when you're playing with bleed gugs and you bleed them in 2 hits. Bro, we're doing that with a trusting sword. What the fuck is this? A trusting sword, like, the easiest weapon to hit people with. That's crazy to me, man. And also, I think for this build, the dex scaling goes up higher than the strength scaling. Like, basically, from what I remember, if you, like, you know, right now we're doing a arcane dex hybrid, right? You can make the same version of this with clean rot with a strength arcane hybrid. But the strength arcane hybrid stops scaling well after 54 strength. Meaning that you get more out of this build by putting the points into arcane, and your AR doesn't go up as much. Whereas on this particular fat roll setup, the AR still goes up, you know, a decent amount for every points you put in dex. Basically, like, your damage just keeps scaling as you put points in dex, whereas with strength, it doesn't really scale as well. So S-Stock actually has, like, let's say, Dex Arcane gets higher damage Trusting Sword after a certain amount of points invested. It gets more AR out of it. More than the Clean Rot on Strength. Which is quite interesting. I did not expect that. It's just the way the scaling works. Like, the whole, like, Strength Arcane Hybrid, it stops scaling after 54. Or it stops scaling as well, let's say, after 54. S-Stock, best stock. Clean Run has the better hitbox though. Yes, you are totally right. You would still probably want to have this, like, if you were to be optimal, I think you'd still want to have this with Clean Rot. Purely because Clean Rot also has more range, and it's probably going to be a little more stat efficient as well, just a tiny bit. You know? But what's great about this fat roll build is my defense is actually really good. Yo, we two-shot the guy! Oh my god, bro, this is nuts. Bro, the fucking 3-shot Trusting Sword? Dude, we did 1500 on the guy with 2 hits? What the fuck is this, guys? Oh my god. Like, we literally just unlocked Pandora's box. Holy shit, dude, this is nasty. This is so nasty, man. Guys, I think we can comfortably say that we actually made the strongest build in the game. Like, the meta has changed. Like, this whole arcane setup is actually insane. You're making this build soon? Let's go, Green. Just don't, you know, don't snipe me with it, but go for it. Play the ladder players instead. You know, make them feel the pain. Oh, man, this is great. Okay, here we're gonna back up a little. I think it's pointless to try to fight them when we're unbuffed here. We're gonna back off and buff up. Alright. Oh, I forgot. Insane lock on. fall off or something? Oh, there he is. It's a little too gimmicky and it's not Shamshir. Bro, I love that. Unironically, though, you can absolutely make a Shamshir out of this. You know what? Guys, just for the ladder players out there, we're gonna make this Shamshir. We don't need to change anything, I don't think. I think we can just strap Shamshir in there and it's gonna work. Like, same deal, right? You just Seppuku and Bloodhound Step. We should actually, maybe Shamshir might be even better. Who knows? Like, I don't know how much AR we get out of Shamshir here. Okay, he's a bleeder as well. Let's go. All right, let's do this, buddy. And he's about to get led here. Close. I mean, this is just insane. Like, we basically four-shotted him. What kind of buff is Seppuku? I mean, the reason why Seppuku is so strong in this specific case, it's that it triggers all the bleed proc boosts. And you just, because Seppuku adds the bleed proc, you keep bleeding them during the fight, so your quote-unquote 20-second buff, it just keeps restarting over and over every time you bleed them. So your damage buff, like, you stay at like 900 or 700 or 800 AR for your Trusting Sword for the entirety of the fight, basically. That's what happens. That's why it's so busted. It's that your actual AR is not like 470 here. Your actual AR is higher. Let's try Shamshir. Let's try Shamshir. Let's see here. Grab the curve swords. So technically, we want one Seppuku from Naginata, one Seppuku, and then one BHS because we're on the fat roll variant. Again, guys, I'm not 100% as to like what's best here between the fat roll variant and the non-fat roll one. So let's take a look at the AR. AR here is 474, so it's basically very similar to the S-Stock. It's going to perform similarly well. What's interesting about the Shamshir is that you can keep putting pressure with running attacks with Shamshir, right? Something that the S-Stock or the Trusting Sword, like, you know, the Trusting Sword is the better weapon, but the Shamshir has this thing where it can just like keep chaining running attacks freely and keep pressuring. And so you're going to keep that blood build up high constantly. I think if you use Shamshir, it might be balanced because Shamshir is an easy weak weapon. Bro, stop it. Oh boy. This is never going to die. Like, the meme is just going to keep going. I don't even hate Shamshir. Like, that's the thing. Like, I don't know. I'm not going to get into that, but I don't even know why the guy got upset back then. It's just, you know, sometimes it's just like it triggers something. I'm actually very curious with Shamshir. I mean, to me, like, Shamshir is not necessarily as good in invasions, but I could see like someone like Steel who really likes Shamshir like do wonder with this. How many players in there? It's full squad. Full squad, and I might buff before going up. Hopefully we don't get shut down from the ladder. We're just gonna take the gamble and go up. Okay, I don't think we will. Maybe we will. Eee! He sees us. Okay, he's not doing it. Alright, let's try this out. There's 3 of them. Oh, and yes, by the way, we do have Millicent Prosthesis for multi-hit tally. So, you know, when you chain attacks, your AR will go to 1k. I keep forgetting this is the fat roll version.
Hey!
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't do this to me. Them. Bro. I'm getting comboed. They're both mages, technically. It's not as good at managing like a full gank like that. Well, I say a gank, you know, like multiple people. But one of them is light rolling though. That definitely matters. Oh, I thought he was closer. They're both mages because they both do range, so I think we have to, no matter what we use, we have to play more conservative. Yeah, that's the issue here. That we can't actually attack them. Because we get range attack by the other guy every time we attack one. Unfortunately, there, like, the play is just to not aggress, wait for them to run out of blue, and then aggress one. Yeah, I mean, TS being stronger than Shamshir is not, like, you know, I'm not teaching you anything new by saying that. And TS being better in gank situation also is not, like, something new. But there, like, the build or the weapon was not the issue. It's just when you're fighting 2 players that just spam range attacks, you cannot play impatient like I did there. You can't actually aggress in that situation. It's like a fundamental thing like that. No matter what you're using, you cannot attack in that situation. That's just the reality. Because you're guaranteed to get frame trapped. It's like guaranteed to happen. I wonder, I don't think we're gonna have time to buff. Where's the host at? I think he wants to be the first one. Keep in mind we did not seppuku buff in this one. We did not have time to buff for this particular invasion. Estoc and Milady are best as far as you see. Yes, I would say that Milady pairs especially well with this build, just because of the nature of the weapon. Like, Milady is a multi-hit weapon by nature. And Milady, unlike, let's say, Peeler, Milady actually has a really good moveset, no matter the skill of the player that you're fighting. So, like, it doesn't matter how good you are, like, the jumping R2 from Milady is extremely spammable. Whereas the running R2 from Peeler is like an absolute noob destroyer, but against better players, it might not be as good. If you took off the fat roll and did sword lance or spinning slash on Shamshir, spinning slash is not worth it for this, because spinning slash has been nerfed with status a while ago, so it doesn't work. It's not like it used to be where you get like crazy status buildup. It's not like that anymore, so it's not worth it. And, you know, it's not like spinning slash is like the make or break Ash of War. The fight? Well, this guy is just gonna die. I didn't even need to be there. Also, you know, a build like that, like, there's definitely a lot of benefits from being able to not from not fat rolling. Because right now I don't have the ability to use Endure. Because if I put Endure on my weapon, that means I don't have VHS. That means I'm putting myself at risk of getting roll caught on my fat roll. So you cannot do that. You need to have Bloodhound Step on at all times if you have the fat roll variant. And so not having Endure can sometimes be a big deal depending on the situation. Well, that's missing is Iron Jar. No, Iron Jar, dude, ironically though, dude, we need to try Iron Jar BHB, dude, with BHS. Oh my god. We need to try this with Iron Jar. No way. That's crazy, bro. There's no fucking way. It's probably gonna be super broken. That's the worst part. This shit is probably gonna be hella busted with Iron Jar. That's the crazy shit. Oh my god. Oh, didn't make it. Dude, we're just gonna try Shamshir again a little bit, but after that we are so trying Bloodhound Step, Back in Blade, Iron Jar. Like, unironically, if you're stuck against someone that has this setup with Iron Jar active and you're like stuck in a room or an arena, like, I don't even know, like, I don't even know what you do there. Like, I don't even know what you do, because even if you endure and trade, like with the bleed proc, you're sure to lose these trades. The bleed proc is gonna maul you. We should grab BHB while I think about it. Keep in mind, though, you cannot put Seppuku on back-end blade, right? So, there's that. So, technically, if you do this setup... also, I don't think... Like, what's crazy, I've not used Blood Boil Aromatic throughout this whole process. Technically, like, you do even more damage with Blood Boil, but I don't think it... Man, actually, maybe it is, I don't know. Maybe in some situations that are unwinnable, maybe Blood Boil would make sense. Dude, I actually cannot wait to try the Iron Jar version of this, man. That sounds so stupid, man. It sounds so broken and stupid. We drop here? Oh yeah, here. I don't know if they're close. Okay, there they are. Maybe they're AFK. Latency and the spamming roll, guys. Keep our health high. Comboed. That comboed, and that could have comboed me further if they just kept swinging. I think our buff wore out. Uh-oh. The latency on this guy is preventing us from finishing the fight. This is quite dangerous. We could actually lose at any moment here. Just because of the stun, the amount of stun that they dish out. And the latency from this guy is definitely not helping. Where's the host at? Oh, they backed off because of the PvE. I think we're just gonna have to kill the host. The Phantom's too latent. Oh, they're probably from the same spot. It just roll or trade into everything. Yeah, connection was not great there. Also, the stamina consumption from the curved sword when you're fighting multiple people like that. And I only, well, when you only have 21 endurance, you definitely feel it, basically. I'm assuming it's going to be felt even more with the backhand blade. With backhand blade, however, we can swap the two-handed tally for the turtle tally, maybe. But I think we could have lost that last invasion, because every time they hit me, I got stunned for, like, forever. Like, they could have blendered me from one hit to death if they realized it. Shamshir is broken. I mean, it depends on what you mean by broken. It's definitely not on the level of like trusting sword or like dueling shield and actual broken stuff. But I mean, it beats everything else. Like, it just beats everything. Like, as far as meta is concerned, like Shamshir is up there. Okay, two of them. Do this. Let's kill the Phantom. Cannot underestimate the river. Even though, like, the guy's bad, you can't just ignore him. Actually, you can't ignore either of them, because I might actually get, like, stunned by the river and then two-tapped by the other guy. Like that, you know? Alright, it's your turn now. Just one stabby stab. Well, that was high there as well. Alright, guys. Let's do this. The iron jar is coming. We have to try it. I'm so curious. What's our base AR is actually the same as the TS, surprisingly. Are they up there? Yeah, they're up there. No! Oh my god, they're gonna be stuck up there with me though. Please don't fog wall. Oh my god. This is gonna be crazy. No, they fog walled me. God damn it, man. Fuck. This would have been the perfect arena. Well, not perfect, but at least good enough. The Silver Surfer, right? We even have the face too. Dude, I am so curious to try this, man. I really want to see, like... Oh, also, we cannot forget to put this on. Where is that? I don't know where that host is. Could be up, could be down. I have to see. What's my fondest PvP memory? I mean, I have a few of them. Probably like some of the more like notable tournaments I won. Like when I won the championship at Rainbow Six, you know. When I won some of the, I mean, you wouldn't know, but some of the Rainbow Six tourneys. When I won like the biggest PlayStation tourneys for that time with against Nivio. You know, like even some of the For Honor tourneys I won with my friend. And, you know, I have a lot of tourney wins. The best of 9 versus Fury as well. I think the 2 best of 9s. These were pretty nice. Okay, here we go, guys. We do it, or we don't. There's no in between. No, he died. Okay, host still alive. Deletion process activated. Wow, it stunned me. Interesting. Okay. I mean, it works, but it doesn't work if they have space to run away, right? You know what I mean? Horror movie? Yeah, he does have no choice but to run away from me. I mean, it was the good move to throw the sleep pots. Like, he has no other option. But I'm gonna be real, guys. Like, if you're stuck in a room with this setup, like, there's not much you can do. Like, the sleep pot is your best option, but I mean, that was pretty funny. But again, like, it's not... Like, we would have had an easier time killing him without the Iron Jar. Just because we would have been able to chase him. You know what I mean? So, it's funny and everything, but you cannot chase him as much as you'd like. Especially because our stam bar is very small. Like, we only have 21. But guys, I hope you're enjoying like all this goofy ass shit, you know? Like, some people try goofy stuff, but there's no like logic to the madness, right? Like, we bring order to chaos with these sort of builds, because yes, it's goofy, and yes, it's stupid, and it's creative, and you know, like, other content creators are the one copying me, not the other way around. But despite that, like, we managed to, you know, come up with stuff that's like very strong, despite the things being goofy and creative. I hope you guys are appreciating. This is what my channel is all about. Yes, I agree. I think this is like one of the biggest reasons why people watch the content. Why did it stun me there? What the fuck? What the hell? The Iron Jar didn't work? Am I crazy, guys? I got stunned by everything. Am I missing something? I'm not quite sure I understood that one. Like, we got stunned out of everything. Like, Iron Jar did not do anything. That was weird. Like, not only did Iron Jar do nothing, I actually got stun locked. That was weird. I don't know if it was an Elden Ring bug or if something I'm missing. Headshot? What could have headshot me? I didn't see it. I'd have to re-watch it to see. I think lightning stuns me? You think so? I think lightning does more damage, but I don't think it stuns. Does it matter with poise? It must be. I guess it's probably that, but I mean, I still have 88 though. Might have been a desync. I think it's probably a desync. Like, we're trying to find things, but I think it was just like a lag desync. I'd have to re-see it though. I can't really do much in that situation, to be fair. He stunned me again, though. Do I not have enough poise? Even the halberd stunned me there. He was not using a lightning weapon. Maybe I don't have enough poise and it has something to do with poise? That's so strange. Like, even the one-handed halberd, like, stunned me there. You guys saw that, right? I think there's something I'm missing here. Maybe I don't have enough poise? Let's switch that to Bolgo Tally. See what happens. Switch that to Bolgo. Let's see if it makes a difference. Because that's not normal. I think we got an Elden Ring spawn. They're like down there. Yeah, let's just respawn. Okay, now we should be where they are. Yeah, I see them. Plunge him? Yeah, good idea. Okay. We do this again. God damn it. Supposed to do that. I don't think we can Iron Jar here, though, to be fair. Thanks, PvE. PvE actually saved me there. Alright guys, we're gonna change strat. This is gonna be a hard one otherwise. Tunnel vision, alright. Let's go back to this here. Ooh. I expect that. And I really am not that great with fucking back end blade though. I think a one shot's still gonna kill me here. Okay, no, it didn't. You know, I kept it honest, guys, you know. Gave him his chance, even though I got ganked. But I don't quite feel comfortable with back-end blade. Like, I don't play with the weapon often enough. Like, it's one thing to just have the weapon and just mash like a monkey when you have Iron Jar, but it's another thing to actually play the weapon. TS is better. Yeah, there's no doubt that TS is better. Like, TS is the best. But I think I adapted quick enough, right? I was trying to do, like, running attacks at this guy, and obviously it wasn't working, so I changed strat and just went for crouch attacks. And that worked. Also, I think the reason why we resisted his last hit is because we're fat rolling and we have vertically discus, so we had that 7.5% extra at the end there. I think that mattered. Can't forget about that. Also, that fan dagger kill was indeed pretty clutch. Like, at that 29 damage fan dagger, that's a lot of damage for a fan dagger. But, I mean, we have, like, what do we have? We have 66 dex, dude. Fucking give the order 66. This is the Jedi killer right here. This is like the Sith Lord build, if there ever was one. With all the blood-infused weapons and shit. Like actual Sith Lord build, dude. Man, I'm gonna be honest, this build's quite fun, guys. Like, this build is a lot of fun. Because there's a lot of things to try. And even though it might not be all the best, it's all good enough to be, like, usable. Like, very usable, even. Okay, we, the iron jar again. Let's try it. I know this is open space. It's not the best. Uh-oh. I fucked up. This is karma right there. Oh, God damn it. I fucked up though. Like, I could have BHS out. I just did not time it properly because I don't see the attack often. It was possible to get out of that. That's just my fault. Yeah, unironically, it was a skill issue though. But yeah, guys, if you're trying to win, like, don't do that. Like, don't do, like, Iron Jar in an open space like that. Use Iron Jar, like, in a closed room, like, in a closed-off area, in a dungeon. Don't use it in the open. I know I'm doing it. It's because I'm just so curious. But technically, you should be using Iron Jar on closed-off locations, not just the open world. Also, I assume the attack that Phantom did, that attack is probably lightning damage, right? I assume it must be lightning damage because we do have, you know, like Physic active, Iron Jar, and the Verdigris Discus. So technically our defense is very high. So I assume it's probably lightning damage. Otherwise we would probably resist it. I almost fucked up again. I got a lot of, like, wacky deaths today. Like, goofy deaths. Like, deaths that are extremely avoidable. Like, you know, earlier in the stream, like, we fell off a cliff because of the camera turn, and I just stopped and looked at chat for, like, 1 second. Like, that was actually the first time this really ever happened, I think. They could be below. Be here. Where are they? Not sure. Aha! Over here. Right? Must be. Bro, did we get Elden Ring spawn again? God damn it, man. Maybe they're in the other room. I just went the wrong way, maybe. It's physical, lightning, and fire. Okay, so there is lightning portion. There you go. That's why we died there. It's the lightning that mattered. Dude, we cannot even reach them. Even if I wanted to. That's kind of crazy. Nah, I don't think I can jump there. So we just lost our physic, basically. There's legitimately no way to reach them. Losing our physic is kind of a big deal. Probably back off. And now, obviously, we get the proper spawn, of course. Or did we even? I don't even think we can reach them either. This is crazy, man. Okay, no, there they are. Okay. Alright, alright, alright. Let's try Iron Jar again, guys. Let's give it another go. Normally, you'd really want to have physic with that Iron Jar, but... You guys know me, I don't really care. Let's try it anyway. Guys, there is an interaction here. I got stunned again. The Iron Jar did not do anything again, guys. There is something that's like canceling that Iron Jar. It's the third time already. Like everything is stunning right now. So the Iron Jar is not working. For some reason, something is bugged there. Since we tried that, Iron Jar is like is not kicking in. This is the third invasion we've had that. I don't know which thing is interacting with it. Could be a pivot. No. Like this is like the third invasion where everything that touches us stuns us. And right now we have Bulgo Tally. So it's not about poise. Like I didn't know what happened. Like a few invasions ago we had that happen. And we all thought that it was like a desync and a bug. And then it happened again. Like a host stunned us with like a one-handed halberd with Iron Jar active, and then it happened again. So some kind of buff is interfering with Iron Jar. Something is. I don't know what is though, but something is interfering with Iron Jar. And it's not doing any effect whatsoever. We just discovered something here. Clearly Iron Jar is not working because we're getting stunned by everything. Like there's something that we're missing. What kind of buff is Iron Jar? Yeah, that's a good question. I'm assuming it's probably the sacred... I'm assuming it's probably the sacred bloody flesh. I don't know why. Because the sacred bloody flesh, like, we're basically, like, doing some sort of bug with it. So maybe it interacts with Iron Jar. Dude, you know what? What if we Iron Jar... and then, like, cancel the Iron Jar? Like, would you get the Iron Jar effect without Iron Jar? Do you know how crazy that would be? Guys, maybe... we might be on the brink of discovering, like, the most broken thing ever. Okay, maybe not. Like, right now, I'm just gonna do this buff and go in, right? Like, we have nothing too crazy going on right now. It's just the usual stuff. Now Iron Jar wore out. Let's try it again. Let's see there. Iron Jar is working right now. Look at that. Yeah, the see, it's working right now. Like before, and everything was stunning us. So the Sacred Bloody Flesh or Seppuku, one of the two. Sacred Bloody Flesh is a body buff too. Okay, so the Sacred Bloody Flesh bug is canceling the Iron Jar effect. So we just discovered something. So that's what was happening. So I was not crazy when everything was stunning me with Iron Jar. This is not supposed to happen. So we can't use Sacred Bloody Flesh. That's interesting. Wonder if we're gonna have time to reach them. If they get stuck with us up top, that could be fun. Was not ready, guys. Elevator, you cannot take riposte on elevators. Okay, so it makes sense why we were struggling so much with Iron Jar to this point. Like, it makes total sense. Like, it was not working properly. Like, actually. Like, no wonder. It was not doing anything, even. I wonder if I even need Bull Goat here. Maybe I don't. Because it was not working altogether before. So maybe Bull Goat is not necessary. I don't think it is, because I don't remember using Bull Goat before when using Iron Jar. Okay, we're not gonna use Iron Jar here against... Dude, I really want to use this here. Okay. You do the thing. Yes. Yes. Let's fight this great shield. He's there. What the hell? You can poison me if you want. By the way, guys, against the Great Shield, you're not gonna bleed them as quickly, because when you block with shields, doesn't matter which one, it cuts down on the status buildup, like all status. So you're not gonna bleed them in like 2 or 3 hits against great shields. It's just the game. Alright guys, I'm gonna do a last one. I didn't see the time. It's getting actually late. So I'm gonna do a last one and then I'm gonna call it for today. But man, oh man. Did we see some broken stuff today? Like, that trusting sword on this setup is completely broken, man. It's unreal. It really is. Like, that TS is just not okay, dude. Why the poison hand? There's no reason. It's just so that if I ever get deep in an invasion and I'm basically like using my Rami dumplings to heal, at least I'll get a little bit extra damage buff out of it. That's all there is to it. There's no like underlying reason other than it just weighs 1 unit and it gives me a little buff if I get deep into invasions. Oh, this guy is latent. Holy shit. This latency is crazy. Let's just go into it. Oh. Didn't actually mean to do that there. Technically here, you know, I don't have a BHS on other stuff. Just gonna be running here. Just a cheater. Well, let's do a last one so we can actually get a fight. No, that was not the glitch, Green, because it insta-killed like you said. It's a Green, it's a hacker pretending to be swapping. Because the chainsaw I know is basically like very limited in damage. We don't have time to We need to kill the dragon. And holds down. I saw his health bar. I was aiming for him. Just be ignoring PvE again. Alright guys, I'm gonna call it here for today. Thanks everyone for coming by the stream again. I hope you enjoyed it. You know, fun fucking broken ass builds today. Hope you guys enjoy it. Alright fellas. I'll catch you guys up next time. Take it easy everyone. Let's see who is on right now. Owen is on, Swoosh is on, Goldie is on. Let's see here. Oh, Invader Tim. We have not raided Invader Tim in a long time. Let's raid Tim. And thanks again to Gabri, who's basically sponsored Duskblood by buying me a Switch 2. Thank you so much again, man, if you hear that. Emerald Nuzlocke, let's go, dude. Alright, guys, thank you so much again, and I'll catch you guys up next time. Take care, guys.